Sorry. Okay, here we go. We got a special one tonight. Kratom. Okay, does Kratom help with opiate withdrawal? Okay, and this is just gonna be my my story, my experience that I had with Kratom. This is what I went through. Okay, I have no agenda. This is just me being straight up. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I am a salesman though, so yeah, no, I'll sell this to you. No, but you know, and I totally, I think it should be legal. I don't think, you know, I don't have nothing like that. Okay, so just first off, I just want to get that. I'm a free will guy. Come on now, I'm like libertarian, man. All right. You reap what you sow. Go ahead, do whatever you want. You know. Okay. So here's my story. I'm just gonna start. Okay, here we go. It was the 17th century. No, it's okay. Sorry. Like 6 years ago or something like that. Okay. Yeah. I think it was probably like 6 years ago. That's pretty good. And I was about to undergo methadone withdrawal, and I didn't taper or anything. I was just jumping cold turkey, and did my research and had heard of Kratom and found out like, oh, this is legal, I can get it, and found a place to get it. It wasn't, back then it wasn't in dude, it's in every freaking mini mart everywhere where I live. Everywhere, every mini mart other than like 7-Eleven or like Circle K, like the mainstream ones. It's all just like Kratom, you know. Everywhere you go, you had to go to like a head shop. Okay, so anyways, that's what I did. I went to the head shop, and I was like, give me the strongest friggin' Kratom that you got. And they gave me this Vietnam Kratom, and it had like a Huey helicopter on it too. It's just so funny. It's like, we have to associate Vietnam with the war from, you know, the 60s and 70s. Like, it's just funny. Anyway, but so I got the Kratom. I got that Vietnam Kratom. And dude, I'll tell you, I took it the first night. Not like I went all day withdrawing because I was skeptical. I didn't even think it would help that much anyway. And then as the withdrawal it started to get kind of like crappy or whatever, you know, as it started to come on, I took some. Holy crap! I like slept that night. I like got sleep, and I woke up the next morning, and I remember like all of a sudden I was really feeling bad, and I just went right to that freaking Kratom, and I took more Kratom right away, and it helped, and it helped big time, dude. I mean, you still deal with stuff, dude, but it helps with sleep. I mean, dude, it's going to help you sleep. It's going to help with the anxiety. It's going to help with the energy. It helps with everything. And, you know, that is true. But you are going to deal, you still deal with things. Okay. But it's not even, it's, you know, I knew in the back of my mind, dude, I'll tell you this right now. I promise this. I knew in the back of my mind the first night, when I woke up that next day, and I had realized how much I slept, because I had gone through withdrawal before. I had gotten clean for 7 months before that, and done other things, and withdrawal many times, off of methadone even, and I knew in the back of my mind that this was helping. The Kratom was helping too much. Okay, I knew that. I knew in the back of my mind that it was helping me too much. Because I had gone through withdrawal before several times, okay? But I kept taking it, and I wasn't going to stop once I started. I just wasn't. And the thing is, you know, if you start, if you're going through the withdrawal, you're going through opiate withdrawal, and you start taking Kratom to help. You know, say you go back to work, you withdraw, or you detox, and you go back to, you take a couple weeks off of work, you go back to work, and do that first day at work, I mean, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. You're not gonna have any energy. You're not gonna have motivation. I mean, it's gonna suck. Okay, it's gonna suck for a while. Just straight up. That's what it is. If you're working, it doesn't matter how much you taper. I mean, you're gonna deal. I mean, working is not easy. Okay. Oh. But I mean, at least you're gonna deal with some stuff. Okay, down the road. But say you do your thing. You detox. You go back to work your first day, and you're like, okay, I got to take a little bit of Kratom. And you take a little bit of Kratom. Well, okay, then it's Tuesday. Well, what are you going to want to do? What's the human nature? What's the addict in you going to want to do? I mean, what the addict in me was, I'm just going to, this stuff helps, I'm going to keep taking it. So that's just be careful, okay? because it's very hard once you start going it, because it's just like, if it felt better today, well then what about tomorrow? Are you gonna want to feel like crap tomorrow? And then once you ring off like 2, 3, 4 days in a row, then you know it can be really hard. Okay, so anyway, okay, I can't lose my spot. This is gonna be kind of hard here, but yeah, dude. So anyway, so yeah, once I got back to work, okay. Once I got back to work, and I just took Kratom. I took it from day 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I took it every day. I didn't skip a beat, dude. My addictive personality, all that crap. I didn't skip, dude. It was just like I went from methadone to Kratom, just boom, full on. When I got back to work after I took 2 weeks off, I had 5 to 7 strands of this crap. Just bottles galore, dude. I mean, and seriously, like, I had stuff in my work drawer, I had stuff in my company truck, I had stuff in my truck, in my house, in our car, in our family car. I had Kratom everywhere, okay? Everywhere. And I had like 5 to 7 different strands. I had white, I had red, I had Mangda, and Bali, and like green something, and I can't even, dude, I've been out of it. The Vietnam, I don't know, whatever, dude. Thai, this, and what, you know. I think I named quite a bit. I know there's more, or whatever. But because this is what's funny. So I had all these different strands because I had heard, oh, if you just get different strands and you switch strands and you do this and this, then you won't get physically dependent, and you know, then you won't have withdrawals and stuff. Well, I got news for you. That's a bunch of Bolshevik. That's how we say BS in my house, by the way. It may as well be. The freaking Bolsheviks is a bunch of BS. So anyway, okay. But it is. It's a bunch of Bolshevik. Okay? It is. Because I did it. And anyway, we'll continue here. But yeah, dude, I had freaking bottles of that stuff, you guys. And seriously, I could not tell you how much I was taking. I couldn't. And I've always been somebody that I run on feel. Okay, I don't, even when I was using pills, I at my peak I could not tell you milligrams, because I was the type of guy where I'd have bottles in a pill, and pills in a bottle, and I just kind of, you know, I mean, and I was like, okay, now I'm feeling it, or nah, I'm not feeling high enough. I mean, like, that's why I did with Kratom. Kratom, it got even hype. It was like hyper. Like, I mean, I was taking so much of that stuff. I mean, I would just guzzle those bottles, and I would take it. There was no rhyme or, I mean, I would just take it whenever I wanted it, and I had it everywhere, so I could just always pop Kratom in. And that's what I was doing. I was going full frickin' on with the Kratom, okay? And I was taking a lot. I don't know how much, but I know I was taking a lot. And I was spending a lot of frickin' money on it. Yeah, I was spending like $700 a month, okay? That's real. And you know, but yeah, and I think deep down too, I didn't really want to know how much I was taking, but yeah, I was spending so much freaking money, dude. And that's at the peak, you know. It wasn't like $700 right away, but at the peak of my usage of Kratom, I was spending a lot of money, you know. But it's crazy because that sucks. That's not good, because like part of me getting off of the methadone too. Well, yeah, but it was to save money, you know, because I was buying it off the street, and I was spending over $1,300 a month. In fact, me and my wife were going over some stuff, and it was probably more like $1,500 a month. Okay, so $700 to $1,500, I was still saving some money, right? Oh, isn't that terrible? So anyway, but yeah, taking it every day, months. Yeah, the months go by, and about 2 to 3 months off of methadone. Okay. And so 2 or 3 months off of methadone, and that would be 2 or 3 months on the Kratom. I was realizing that I was in the Kratom pickle. And if you don't know what the Kratom pickle is actually, it's crazy. So what they do, they only do this in like Southeast Asia. They actually pickle the Kratom. No, I'm just joking. No, the Kratom pickle is when you don't know what the heck you're doing, okay? And you're getting off opiates or whatever, and you hear about Kratom, and you listen to certain people and whatever, or you just, you know, you're just desperate or whatever, and you just maybe don't realize what you're doing or whatever it is, and you realize that you are now physically dependent to Kratom, and you have to take it every day, or else you will withdraw. And I was taking a pretty good amount for, like just every day, dude. I didn't let up at all. That's the thing, dude. That's the thing. If we're all, you're already got addictive personalities and problems with addiction, the Kratom thing can kind of be tough with that, anyway, But I do remember dealing with some pause stuff, like seriously, like I do, like down the road, like even like as like it was like month 3 and 4 and stuff. I definitely remember dealing with pause, just kind of more depression stuff, and kind of just, and I was just a selfish jerk. I remember being in a bad mood a lot. So I wasn't gonna stop taking Kratom right then. Because of the way I was feeling, because I knew I was feeling crap still from the methadone, and I'm like, well, I'm taking this Kratom, and I knew it was helping too much, and but I was in my heart, I was like, I was not gonna stop taking it. By the way, this is a 2-can video, so how you like that? Okay. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, dude, here's the deal. It got to the point, obviously, where I had to make sure I freaking had it all the time. Like, I always had to make sure I had it on me whenever we'd go somewhere. I'd have to take a crap load of bottles, or, make sure the town that we're going to or whatever has a head shop, or, but I just want to take a bunch of my Kratom, so I wouldn't even have to mess with that. But it became very similar to being a slave to pills. Just straight up. Because I had to take it. Okay? Had to take it. Had to be with me. I had to spend money on it. That's what it became. Okay? That's just the truth. Okay? I became a slave to Kratom. And it was very similar to the pill life. But I could just go to a head shop instead of to the guy I worked with's house that was actually closer than the head shop. It was actually more convenient getting pills. It was cheaper, but it was like half the price. But, back then I would have rather gotten high on pills than high on... I would have rather paid double and gotten high on pills, actually, In my heart, I wasn't ready to get off of it. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to say, too, I thought about some stuff and talked to my wife, too. So, I'm going to say, actually, 6 months into my detox, into my methadone detox, and into my Kratom use, I pulled a Gabe, because I knew, like, first of all, I was feeling guilty about, this is just me, I was feeling guilty about taking the Kratom. I just, people would congratulate me and whatever, and I just didn't feel, I just was just, I don't know, because I knew I was just like, well, I'm just a freaking slave to this crap, gotta have this every day, what the hell's the difference, is what I thought, other than it's just, and, so 6 months into it, I pulled a Gabe, and I just stopped abruptly. Just stopped. I was using so much. I stopped on a freaking Wednesday, and I know that I remember that. I remember I stopped on a Wednesday, taking it cold turkey, went to work, and yeah, see, impulsive behavior, and see, sometimes it can be good though, or at least good intent anyway. At least I'll have good intent. But I'll tell you right now, I felt that day I stopped taking it, I felt very, very, very strange. Not bad though. It was kind of in a good way. It really was. Like, I was listening to a lot of music, and I think I just like kind of lifted stuff, and it was just, so I was initially thinking like, maybe this isn't that bad at all. Well, sorry. Yeah, because Kratom does give you kind of a different feeling. It works your opioid receptors, but I was kind of more foggy on it, and I remember kind of not liking that about it too. As time went on, and I was taking so much, and I was trying to combat the pause of the methadone and stuff. But I remember like kind of being foggy and just not as present over time taking it. And dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I remember this, I was becoming very radical in some of my thinking and views when I was on Kratom. I'm not going to say what I wrote down there, actually. I'm just not. But yeah, it really, I remember that. I don't know. And dude, I'm telling you, and see, I've actually heard some other interesting things with other people with Kratom too, along those lines. So it's not far-fetched. It's not, anyway, I was taking large amounts though too, just for the record. But yeah, dude, I totally felt guilty taking the stuff. So yeah, I just freaking stopped. And once I stopped, you know what else I stopped doing? Sleeping. So once I stopped taking Kratom, I stopped sleeping, and the anxiety was terrible. Freaking terrible. Like that, I remember the sleep and the anxiety. Those were like the worst parts of it. There was a lack of energy though too, and there was some depression feelings, and there was something. It felt like something was missing. Like just straight up. I mean, it's very similar to opiate withdrawal. Okay, just straight up. It is, because it's science. It gets those receptors working. I know I'm always like, but that's what it does. It gets those receptors working, and that's why it helps. Okay, that's why it helps so much. But I was getting so much anxiety. I actually started freaking taking as many benzos as I possibly could at that point in my life. I was already taking benzos, but I started taking way more. I remember. I would take as much as I could get my hands on. So, but yeah, the lack of energy and all that depression and stuff, dude, you deal with that. And that's the thing is everything that it helps during detox, once you stop taking Kratom, you got to pay for that. I've said that before in other videos, but well, there's going to be people that watch this video that haven't watched my other videos probably. So, yeah, everything that it helps with, once you stop taking Kratom, you're going to deal with the discomfort of that, So, anyway, but when I just stopped taking it abruptly, I wasn't freaking prepared. I didn't take time off work. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I knew what was, well, I knew I was prepared for something to go down, but, anyway, so I just worked, dude. And I think I was thinking about, I think I went about a month before I relapsed or so. Okay, it might have been a little less than a month, actually, thinking about it seriously. And then I relapsed on methadone, because that's all I could find. I would have rather had other stuff, but anyway. And I'm telling you right now, I talk to a ton of people that it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same. It's just the same. They get off of a substance. They get off an opiate. They get on Kratom, and then they stop the Kratom, and then they just relapse again. Okay, or they. This is just crazy, but it's true. I've talked to so many people that they are taking Suboxone, and they take Kratom to get off Suboxone, and then they take Suboxone to get off Kratom, and that's exactly what I did. I did the round and round and round thing. So then what I did is I'm like, well, I'm going to take a little bit of methadone. I'm going to take just like a little bit of methadone because it's got such a long half-life and it stays in your system, After I did relapse. So I relapsed. I like full-on relapsed first. So I guess I full-on relapsed. Then I jumped back on Kratom again. And then was on that a little bit. And I was like, okay, I got to get off this, like hiding this from my wife, trying to like button everything, And anyway... And then then I was back on the Kratom again, and then I thought, well, I'll take the I'll get some methadone. It's got such a long half-life, and I'll just use that, and it'll stay in my system a long time, and I'll just kind of ease off of this stuff, okay? Well, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't, dude. It's so freaking hard, especially when you're working and you got all these responsibilities, and you've already just gone through all these. I mean, you're just pounding. You're just beating yourself down. You're making it harder on yourself. You're delaying it. Really, I mean, seriously, if you're taking something that's working those receptors, I mean. It's the thing too is all that. I'm just giving the information. It's your choice. You do whatever the heck you want to do. I mean, really, it doesn't. I mean, you do what you want to do. But it's not innocent. It's not a miracle drug. It's not a it's not. Dude, it just, it's not even close. Okay? All it is a substitute. And it's not as good as pills. It's not, I don't know. Well, anyway. I didn't sound very good, but as an addict, you didn't get as high on it. But you did feel something, okay? Okay. But yeah, dude, I've talked to so many people that freaking do that, dude, and it just is this round and round, and it sucks, and it really, really sucks. You get in that Kratom pickle, and you don't know what to do, but yeah, dude, so Kratom totally helps with withdrawals. Seriously, but at what cost, do you want to just be a slave to that? And maybe you do, and that's totally cool. If you're just seriously, I don't care. I really don't care. Okay. It's your life. But yeah, it's your life. It's your body. And, I'm just telling you what it is. And, I remember talking to a guy, and he's like, well, it's better than taking methadone. And I kind of thought about it, and I just asked him, I said, is it? And I just told him, I said, well, why? How do you know? Why is it better than methadone? And the only thing that really he could come up with, and that I could come up with and agree with him, really, it was just the inconvenience of him having to go to the methadone clinic. Okay? Or you know what I mean? That was literally kind of all we kind of came up with, because he didn't really have any science or to back up any it's better or it's healthier for you or anything like that. If you're excuse my language, but if you're methadone's bitch or if you're Suboxone's bitch, what's the difference? You're still a bitch. So sorry, I just had to say it. It came out. So I don't mean to talk like that, but I just did. So. And I'm sorry, I guess I don't mean to call you that, but anyway, but the thing too, it's as we all know, it's not regulated, okay, whatever, okay, but the thing with that is, and this is stuff I've read, dude, on the Mayo Clinic, dude, it says that it can cause liver damage, okay, and I've had liver damage. Or I've had liver problems and stuff. And I'm not saying it's all because of Kratom, because there's plenty of other things that I've done that would attribute to that, to having liver problems. But anyway, but I do got to leave with a couple more things real quick, because the Kratom community can be freaking militant, straight up. Okay, it could be militant, and I'm not bashing people that take Kratom at all. Seriously, I just, I'm not. But I do hear a lot of people saying, that about how, the FDA wants to make Kratom illegal so the big pharmaceutical companies can make a bunch of money and your heroin dealer and you know what, that might be true. That might be absolutely true. But Kratom is also big business, okay? And don't just give the pharmaceutical companies a pass, but these other companies that sell you something that makes you a slave too, but that's all good, you get what I'm saying? Where it's dude, there's big money in it, dude. It's everywhere. There's people on YouTube that make these videos that talk about how it's a freaking miracle drug and all this crap, and they sell it, dude. They sell the stuff. They're just selling you product. They're just spewing you crap to sell you stuff. Okay, I see it. I've seen it. It's the truth. And but anyway, but yeah, dude, selling stuff to makes you a slave. It's pretty good business, but I don't know. This did not even go how I was wanting it to go, expecting it to go. I'm disappointed in it, actually. But in this Kratom video, because I don't know, I feel like I'm leaving out a lot of information, but I'm a little bit blah right now. So anyway, so yeah, be just just be advised with Kratom. I mean, that's just the deal. Just the simple thing is yes, it's going to help with your withdrawal, but there's the reasons why it's going to help with your withdrawal is because it's going to fire your receptors, okay? And if you take it every day, you're going to get physically dependent on it, okay? That's just a fact. It's a fact. It's a truth, okay? And you can mix up the strands all you want. Knock yourself out, okay? Knock yourself out. You know, and I guess I should say too, real quick. I know there are people that use Kratom responsibly as like they'll take it for like a week during like a hardcore acute withdrawal or something, and then they'll stop or whatever, or take it a couple days and then skip and then take it. But even that can get dangerous, because if you get in a pattern of taking it 2 days, taking 2 days, I mean, like, then all of a sudden it turns into 3 days in a row. I mean, you know, you don't want to. Just got, you know, we know this. I'm just saying, if you're watching this, you're probably out of a history of freaking addiction, right? Like, so anyway, so just be careful, be advised. It's not a miracle. It's not a miracle, okay? And I hope I don't sound like I'm so against it, or I hate it, or I don't like people that take it, or I guess I did kind of say some, well, I don't know, but anyway, that's what it is. I'm probably gonna make I might make a couple more Kratom videos, because I don't feel like this went very good, and anyway, so God bless all y'all. Okay, V for victory, I guess, whatever. God bless and salute.